The Supreme Court has upheld the Lokayukta's appointment in the state of Gujarat, which is appointed by the Governor Kamla Beniwal. It is, of course, a huge blow to Narendra Modi personally, because this time round it is the Supreme Court. He was hoping that vindication will be his, and hopefully the Supreme Court would be ruling in his favor, but that has not happened. The Supreme Court has ruled in favor of the Governor Kamla Beniwal, saying that the Lokayukta appointment was completely justified under the discretionary powers that she had as the governor. Joining us with the very latest is our associate editor Arthur. Arthur, what really happened in the courtroom?
Well, what we have learned is that the Supreme Court has upheld the High Court's order of the Lokayukta being appointed by the governor. So obviously it's a major setback for Modi. The reason being his contention was that this move was against the principles of federalism and against the constitution. Therefore, his contention was that this appointment be cancelled, the High Court order be quashed, and also the remarks which have been passed against him by the High Court, Gujarat High Court, be expunged. However, the Supreme Court has ruled that it had upheld the appointment of Lokayukta as legitimate by the Gujarat High Court.
Well, thank you, Arthur, for joining us. Also joining us now is Mosaki from Ahmedabad. Well, Mosaki, this is a huge blow for Modi, isn't it? It is, after all, a legal ruling. However, the political ramifications of this verdict is going to be massive.
Yes, absolutely. Narendra Modi had always maintained that he was going to appoint a Lokayukta, but the way Kamla Beniwal had gone ahead without consulting the Chief Minister was unconstitutional. But now that Supreme Court has upheld the Gujarat High Court's decision that the appointment of Lokayukta was constitutional, it's a huge blot on Narendra Modi, who has all the way long opposed R.A. Mehta's appointment as the Lokayukta of the state. It is going to be a huge setback. Gujarat has not had a Lokayukta since November 2003. It's been almost 9 long years since it has not had a Lokayukta. And Gujarat government will now be forced to act upon the Supreme Court judgment where R.A. Mehta will be appointed as the Lokayukta of the state.
And after the drubbing that Gujarat Congress got in the assembly polls, this time round they've finally got some new ammunition against Modi to hit him back, because being tyrannical is one of perhaps the biggest accusations they have always been making against Narendra Modi.
Absolutely, and let's not forget that Lokayukta's impact was also felt in the parliament, where it came up when Narendra Modi was accused of not having a Lokayukta, as far as BJP was accusing Congress of corruption charges there. Whereas the Congress said that the BJP state of Gujarat had not even appointed a Lokayukta to probe several corruption cases, alleged allegations against Narendra Modi. This has definitely given an ammunition to the Congress, the opposition in the state, to attack the Chief Minister once again. And now that the appointment of Lokayukta has been upheld by the Supreme Court, it's on the one hand, it's a huge setback for Narendra Modi. On the other hand, this has given a new lease of life for the Congress, which had a huge debacle in the recently concluded assembly polls.
Well, Mosaki, do stay on with us. We are also joined by Arthur Khan right now. Well, Arthur, do you think this verdict by the Supreme Court is going to set some sort of a precedent about this kind of sweeping powers that the governor might be able to enjoy in a case like we saw in Gujarat?
Well, absolutely. This is a landmark judgment, and we know that it also sets the standards for polity in federalism. We know that there were two contentions of the Chief Minister of Gujarat, Narendra Modi, that the appointment is illegal, and also that the remarks passed against by the High Court against him should be expunged. But however, the Supreme Court has ruled that the appointment is absolutely legal, and therefore it is going to be a setback for Narendra Modi, and it has given a cue to the Congress to take on.
And also the Gujarat government had also objected to the use of rather harsh expressions and language against the Chief Minister, and they had also asked the Supreme Court to expunge those.
Well, that's right. We know that Narendra Modi has public mandate and he's a popular leader, winning the assembly elections this time around. He's being, perceived as playing a very important role in the central politics. So therefore, it was a demand which came from Gujarat saying that these remarks should be expunged. However, the Supreme Court has ruled out any such decision, and it has upheld the decision given by the Gujarat High Court.
Also, what does this say about the discretionary powers that the governor can enjoy from here on?
Well, we have to read the detailed judgment. However, what we learned is that the governor's contention was that she had to consult two important persons as per the requirement, which is the Chief Justice of the High Court and the leader of opposition, and she had done that. So therefore, that stand has been taken by the High Court and the Supreme Court, and the Chief Minister's stand that the appointment was illegal has been set aside.
Also explain to us, Atir, how essential is this post, that of the Lokayukta, to actually prevent tyranny happening in smaller states of our nation?
Well, absolutely. It's a very, very important post, and an ombudsman plays a very crucial role when it comes to legal matters before, even sometimes even before they approach courts. And also in a state, a Lokayukta is a very important officer, and normally these are the retired judges which have been appointed. However, in this case, the contention was that this Lokayukta has been imposed by the center, against the Gujarat government, and to to play it against them. However, we know that Supreme Court has come up with this judgment, and it's a landmark judgment, mind you, that the appointment by the governor of a Lokayukta state is absolutely legitimate.
Well, Atir, do stay on with us. Mosiki Acharya also joins us from Ahmedabad now. Well, Mosiki, any reactions coming in from Narendra Modi or anyone from his camp?
Well, so far there has not been any official reaction from the Chief Minister or the government here. But yes, it's going to be a huge setback. Narendra Modi, in fact, is hosting a lunch for the journalists today noon, and he will be reacting very, very soon. He will be saying that he has always believed in the appointment of Lokayukta. However, he wanted Kamla Beniwal to consult him and the Council of Ministers before the appointment. I believe that will be the line which will be given out by Narendra Modi somewhere this noon. However, there is no official reaction coming from Gujarat Chief Minister or the government at the moment.
And what about the Congress? They must be rubbing their hands in glee. Finally, they have more ammunition against Narendra Modi despite the drubbing they themselves received during the assembly elections.
Absolutely. Let's not forget that they had a very bad performance in the recently concluded assembly elections, and this has definitely given them a shot in the arm to again, revive the opposition to Chief Minister Narendra Modi and continue their campaign against the minister who have always maintained that Chief Minister is not free from any of the corruption charges here. In fact, it also became a talking point during elections where it was raised several times by not just the Gujarat Congress leaders Arjun Modwade and Shakti Goel, but even when Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi visited the state, they raised the issue of Lokayukta, where they said that if Narendra Modi was saying that there was a clean government, why was he shying away from the appointment of Lokayukta? Lokayukta has become a bone of contention between the Congress and the BJP here, and now as the Supreme Court has upheld Gujarat High Court's decision where the appointment of Lokayukta has been given as a constitutional, it is going to be a loss of faith for Narendra Modi, who opposed it right from the day when he was appointed by the governor.